find a way to answer. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Let's see what they've got on second down. Trying play action. Fires to the tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas.
Fires into traffic, picked off. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Handoff to the single back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Using the quick game. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. On fourth down, they'll run it, looking for the first. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. In your own territory, fourth down, no problem at all. They just go for it again.
What about you, Reese? Are you going for that?
Yeah, man. And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback will audible. He'll come out throwing on first down. Pulls it in. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, 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 the dog pound. Run the football, be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
They get to him as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
He'll pull it on the read. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, and now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They want to just keep throwing it. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Feeling some heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football lane.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Got his man. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. The Dogs moving quickly to the line. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Going up top on 1st down. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Georgia! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Got a man. It's Hart. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He wants to throw. Makes the catch. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. He's got it. he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. And he'll line this one up from 53 yards out and try to bang it through. The official says no good. Hoping to cut into that lead, and they did not. The lead is huge. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. To the air on first down. He's going to throw deep right side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Dogs! What a grab and go for the score.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. And the Dogs will kick it away to crank up the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
The run to the right. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need. Long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that.
And that is interception number 3 on the day.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. The Bulldogs are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. From the gun, the ground game. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
You want to talk about making it easy for him. pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Knocked down after a short gain, but enough to move those chains.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Georgia going back to work with another first down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. And it's picked off. Got some room to run. He's inside the 40. At the 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Wolfpack! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he did the pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. It was such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards, but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. The play action fake. Finds the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Leaves it with the back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. Georgia going up tempo. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Going for the big play. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the route is on. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a huge play in the passing game, covering 67 yards to the end zone. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Toss sweep to the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Takes the easy completion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Power football with the run. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Pocket starts to collapse. Looking to scramble. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down.
This is so a Jesse Palmer. What he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Quick strike complete. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Late hit on the quarterback gives this offense a free first down and some yardage. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, North Carolina State. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can build on.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away, and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. Offense set on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Lets it fly. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Finds. got 4 out to the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Georgia.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. The give on the inside. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Ali. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
That quarterback has a hose. That dude can throw it through a car wash and not get it wet. Great job of putting that ball on a line to his wide receiver.
Give to the running back. Open space at the 25. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
And that's the benefit to the run game. Keep pounding, keep pounding. Now you break one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
And don't stop it. Get down, get lined up quick, and give it to this dude again to go score a TD.
They're going to run it. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Line gets set, first down. He's looking to throw it. Quickly complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right?
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. And another big play by this offense, and if they are playing not thinking about the scoreboard at all. There's evidence of it right there.
Hey, if there's time on the clock, as a defense, stop us. Because we're not stopping ourselves. We're going to continue being aggressive. We're going to continue trying to score points. That's the aggressive nature of this football team.
Off play action. Fires left. Snags it. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. Turning to the running game on first and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. He's got it. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. And the Bulldogs want to move quickly. Trying to make their way to the promised land on third and goal. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll throw it on first down. Fires complete on the crosser. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Just complete and utter dominance.